Hi everyone, this is a pick a card reading for what's blocking this connection. So this is in regards to love, most likely with someone that you feel, you're just having a very blocked connection with them and you're not understanding like why things are happening. So this is really going to hopefully explain what's happening and why there's blocks, what the blocks are, and also just some more information on, what's really blocking the connection between the two of you. So we have here group 1, group 2 and group 3. The timestamps for each of these readings will be in the description box below, so you can go ahead to whichever reading you feel most drawn to, and that is going to be the reading for you. The cards that I'm using in this reading will also be in the description box below as well. I know that many of you are curious as to which cards I'm using. Also, crystals are sold on my Etsy. If any of you are interested, I get so many emails in regards to the crystals that I use, and so I'm just letting you know that that is down there. And also I do want to make a few announcements as well. So the first one is, if you'd like to win a free reading with me, do check out the description box below, since I do a giveaway every single month. The other one is, if you would like to book a private paid reading, information is also down below. They are done within 24 to 48 hours. And the last thing I want to mention is that my spiritually charged intention bracelets are on Etsy. They are meditated with, they are handmade, they are saged, and they are there to remove obstacles and challenges from different areas of your life. So currently I am wearing the wealth bracelet, which is this one right here, and it's just amazing to see all of the love and support and all of the reviews and just how so many of you are seeing results with these bracelets. So if you are interested, do check those out. They will be down below. My Etsy is down below. So yeah, that is pretty much everything I want to mention, and we can get straight away started with this reading. So first of all, we're going to start with group number 1, which is right here, and I'm just going to move the other two groups out of the way a bit. So I'm going to put that right here. Alright, so group number 1, let's have a look and see what's blocking this connection. Okay, so we have some really beautiful cards here. Really, really beautiful. Okay, so the card we have here is Cosmic Ancestors. Voice your concerns. Okay, so this is the card that we have. Whew, the illustrations just get me. I mean, this is so beautiful, the illustrations. Okay, so in terms of what's blocking this connection between you and this person, what I do see here is that they do have issues in terms of being able to express how they feel, what they feel, and they can come across as extremely hot and cold. This hot and cold energy is obviously something that's very frustrating. It's not a nice thing whatsoever, but I do feel that they just have this tendency to keep a lot of things within themselves, which of course is very, very difficult, I'm sure, for you to understand. They have trouble in that sense. Of course, we've got a lot of blue as well, which has just come through as well in my mind as well, which of course is to do with the throat chakra. So it shows here that their throat chakra is very blocked. They're not able to communicate exactly how they feel. So even if they are talking and speaking, what I do feel is that exactly how they feel is not coming through in terms of how they communicate with you and others. They just aren't able to communicate correctly to how they actually feel inside. So there is a blockage here in terms of the throat chakra. We also see here, cosmic ancestors. So I do feel that a lot of these blockages come from, generations of them, essentially of them kind of having that feeling from ancestors. I know that probably didn't make any sense, but let me just try and phrase it in the best way I possibly can. So sometimes, we can have blockages passed down to us from our ancestors, certain things that perhaps we don't really like about ourselves, but they're things that have been passed down to us. What I see is that this person does have some of those things that have been passed down to them. And again, a lot of that is to do with communication and emotions and psychologically and mentally and emotionally how they communicate and how they go through the process of a lot of that. I also feel like in terms of their heart and their heart and their mind seems to be on two different wavelengths almost, where they follow their mind more than they do their heart. But when they speak, it's almost like they speak from more their mind than their heart, and it's just an imbalance that I'm seeing. So I feel like that is what's really blocking the connection in the situation. I feel that this person keeps a lot of their feelings, especially their raw, real feelings, inside of them, and then they communicate other things, but they don't actually communicate exactly how they feel, which is again blocking this connection. They themselves feel very, very blocked with how they feel, which is also why when you feel like this, I'm just giving an example, when you feel like this, it leads you to feel blocked with other people as well and things going on around you. So that's really what I'm seeing, is a lot of this has to do with, voicing themselves and how they speak their truth and how they communicate. So I feel like that's really what's blocking them. It's more so themselves. I feel that this person is quite emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually quite blocked. I also feel like this person is quite drained. There seems to be a lack of energy that I'm seeing here, and with them then being able to communicate how they feel, they just find it a true difficulty. So that's what we're seeing here. So we have the Four of Pentacles. So you can see with this Four of Pentacles here that they are keeping a lot of things inwards. It's like they're just holding on to a lot of this. They're not really necessarily expressing a lot. They're not saying a lot. And that obviously is very, very difficult. What I am seeing though with this person is that I do feel that this person here, especially with this Eight of Cups I'm seeing, this person will go on some form of self-discovery. They will be able to release a lot of this that they are feeling. They're not going to feel like this for the rest of their lives, which of course is very positive, because I am seeing with this Eight of Cups this sense of self-discovery, going out on their path, trying to clear a lot of this, because I know that it doesn't make them happy, and they definitely don't want to be in this energy forever and ever and ever. This is definitely something that they will clear, and definitely they are very aware that they do need to work through some of these issues as well, and that will help them. We also have here the Nine of Wands, so they definitely think a lot. They're very, very in their mind about a lot of things, and I definitely know for a fact that they know that they need to figure this out, and they will, because the amount that this person's really thinking about it, it shows that they're at least acknowledging these concerns that they have within them, which is a positive. I would be very worried if this person here was not thinking about the concerns they have, because it shows that they just aren't really acknowledging themselves. The positive here is that they know that there's things that they need to work on, and of course we've got that Eight of Cups, which shows that level of self-discovery, which they will go out and do, which again is very positive. We also have the Three of Wands, so what I do see is that you will need to give this person just a little bit of time to get themselves together. Once they've got themselves together, you'll find that the blockages in this connection ease. Things get a little bit better. Things start to shift in a nice way. So that's what I'm seeing, is that you will have to give time. The Three of Wands is about time. It's about patience. And, in that meantime, or in the meantime, should I say, it's good for you to also focus on your goals and your dreams and perhaps things that you need to work through as well. That's what I'm seeing. But what I feel is blocking this connection between you and this other person is mainly them withholding a lot of this. But what I do see is that they also know that they need to get through it, and what I am seeing is that they will get through it, especially with that Eight of Cups. So that is what we have here, especially with the Three of Wands. Patience is needed, but that's what we have for group number 1. So this is your reading. If this resonates with you, let me know in the comment section below, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and do check out the description box below as well for all of the information that I mentioned. And now I'm going to move on to group number 2. Alright, so I'm just going to take these cards away. Okay, group number 2. So let's have a look and see what's blocking this connection between you and the other person. Now we have this beautiful purple crystal on this group. Okay, which I'm just going to move out of the way. It is so beautiful. Let's just admire this crystal for a couple of seconds. So beautiful. So beautiful. Okay, so for your reading, so those are the tarot cards, and I'm going to start with this one right here. So this says, illuminate the shadow, focus on a solution. So what's blocking the connection, essentially, is the fact that there seems to be a need for them, specifically them, and that's what I'm seeing, them, to focus on solutions, to essentially better their emotions, better themselves, and not to, I feel like things get quite intense in this connection is what I'm seeing, but at the same time it seems like things can also get very challenging, and there seems to be blocks and obstacles, and obviously that is one of the reasons why the title is what it is for this reading as well, because there is a block in this connection. So what I'm seeing here with the Four of Cups is that the main blockage here is that this person doesn't feel great within themselves. That's what I'm seeing. And also with the Devil as well, there seems to be some toxic energy that's running through. When you look at this card as well, it really does remind me of the Devil. My goodness, it's a kind of scary energy, but it's also showing here that this person here needs to work on their shadow self. It also shows that perhaps they don't think the best of them. Maybe they degrade themselves in many ways, and also it does show that they need to work through certain things like baggage. They need to work through things from the past, otherwise these things are going to become very toxic. I'm seeing that there are some very toxic things in this connection that they need to work through. And listen, I'm also saying this because I have your best interest at heart. If you have anything from the past as well, or just in terms of this connection that you feel is very challenging, very difficult, that you need to release as well, I think that it's a really great time to do that. So it's also a really great time for you to look at inwards inside yourself and see, you know what, is there anything that's really toxic here that's perhaps blocking the connection? Because toxic things block the connection. These toxic things can be toxic thoughts, so thinking negatively, which I also feel can very much so block this connection. It can be emotions, not communicating emotions across, which I'm also seeing is a block in this connection. Not being on the same page as one another is also a block in this connection. It's about the two of you needing to get on the same wavelength, and that will happen once a lot of these toxic thoughts, toxic emotions are addressed. So you see here there's quite a big imbalance, and it says here focus on a solution. Now the solution here in this situation for the two of you, I feel, is addressing the emotions, addressing those thoughts, and then becoming on the same wavelength. Remember, this is a step-by-step process. It won't all happen at once, but it also starts with self-focus, looking inwards, taking time and space to look inwards, because I'm seeing that the blocks are in fact, they're challenging, right? But there is a solution. The solution in many ways can be taking care of yourself. The solutions can be addressing your emotions, perhaps talking to a counselor or a therapist. I mean, they're quite similar in nature, but you know, also taking time for yourself, resting, nourishing yourself. Very, very important. And I also feel that the other person also needs to do that. It's very, very important. Very, very important, because I am seeing here that the two of you need to focus on the solution. And that's, you know, that is really the big thing that I'm seeing. So I hope that this in some way at least makes sense. But that's what I'm seeing, is that there's something very toxic here with the Devil, and that is what needs to be resolved. So it's different, of course, for every connection. That's what I'm seeing. But also with this Four of Swords and this Five of Pentacles, there are definitely a lot of thoughts in this connection that are blocking this connection. So if you're thinking quite negatively, or you have the fear of being alone, or you have certain fears, that can feed the block. So it's about uplifting yourself. It's also about them uplifting themselves, which needs to also happen. Addressing your issues, your problems, things like that. Trying, you know, to work towards that slowly but surely. Try not to do it all at once, because that is going to be crazy. That is crazy. You know, we should always do it in moderation. But also acknowledging it is the first step. Five of Pentacles, as I mentioned, try not to feed your fears, because when you feed your fears, it all just manifests. Negativity can attract negativity. Positivity attracts positivity. So focus on yourself, your goals, your dreams, and you will find that things will start to get much more balanced. Now, in regards to them, of course, they have free will as to what they choose to do. What I am seeing is that I do feel that they will start to look more inwards, because we do have here the Four of Swords, right? That's more about looking inwards and not battling with yourself. And that is a start, a very, very good start. Remember also the fives in tarot are about change. So the Five of Pentacles, change these thoughts if you can. It's normal, of course, to feel like this in life. You know, totally normal. At times we will feel like that, but it's also important not to stay stuck in it too long, because it's toxic. And that toxicness, is that a word? Toxicness will feed a lot of this. So it's about finding a solution rather than feeding your fears, which I think is very, very, very important. So this is essentially both for you and the other person. All right, so that is what I'm seeing here, is that it's really about focusing on the solution rather than the problems. That's what needs to happen, and that's what's blocking the connection. So focus on the emotional problems, perhaps focus on the spiritual problems, focus on the physical problems in the connection, and even the mental health problems in the connection. Very, very important for sure in this reading. So that is what I'm seeing is blocking this connection. Okay, so it's also about being honest with one another and communicating those thoughts across to one another. So that's what I'm seeing. So group number 2, this is your reading as to what's blocking the connection. There's multiple things. There's so many layers into this. It really, really is. But it's about finding the solution, because right now I feel like the situation just keeps going and going and going and going, and there just doesn't seem to be a solution. So it's about working to that solution, communicate with each other. And if you're scared to communicate with the person because you think, oh, they might run away, or, oh, I don't want to be, where is it? Five of Pentacles. I'm literally like holding it and I'm looking for it. 5 of Pentacles. If you're worried, like, oh, if I say something, it might make them run away more. You must communicate your truth. You must do that. And that in turn, might make them withdraw a little bit, but it will also allow things to balance themselves out. You're doing the right thing. You're trying to focus on the solution rather than the problems. So that's what I'm seeing, group number 2. So this is your reading. If this resonates with you, let me know in the comment section below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And also do check out the description box below for all the information that I mentioned, the free reading giveaway, private paid readings, bracelets, all that good stuff if you are interested. And take care, group number 2. Okay, I'm going to move on now to group number 3. Alright, so group number 3, let's have a look and see what is blocking this connection. So let's have a look. I'm just going to put the tarot cards on the side for now. And we have this message which says, spiritual evolution, set your heart free. It seems to me like the big block in this connection is just the lack of trust in regards to the heart. It's almost like a battle between the heart and the mind. So you know how some people are more trusting of their mind than their heart, and how some people trust their heart more than their mind, and how some people trust both. I know I'm giving some really random examples, but that's what I'm seeing. What I'm seeing here is that the main block in this connection with you and the other person is that there is a lack of trust within the heart. It's almost like this person here, especially I'm seeing it within the other person, is that they trust their mind a lot more than their heart, and they don't always follow their heart. So what I'm seeing here is that the main block here is that they're not really able to really follow that heart. That heart chakra seems a little bit blocked in a sense, because they're going off of other things. So I do feel that there's a chakra imbalance that I'm seeing here, and that seems to be the main block in this particular connection. Now, what can you do to align those chakras? There's lots of things you can do. The first thing is you can listen to subliminal music, which can really allow chakras to be aligned. You can also get cleanses done and things like that. You can also try to do cleanses on yourself. I also do cleanses as well. I can't believe I just, that went off the top of my mind, but I do cleanses as well. And if you are interested, information will be down below if you are interested in booking a, more of a professional cleanse. But you can also look online and do it for free on yourself. So, to really align all of your chakras to feel much better within yourself and feel not so blocked. But this is more to do with the other person. So, they have free will as to whether they would want to do that. But what I am seeing is that you can also do it on yourself, and you can feel much more uplifted and much, really good within yourself if you do feel an imbalance. So I was mainly mentioning it because, maybe some of you are feeling quite imbalanced and you'd just like to align everything. But with this person here, it's a matter of time. You know, with time, they will learn to trust their heart. With time, they will make decisions with their heart and their mind combined, and they won't feel so blocked in that. You know, they will spiritually evolve, as the card says. So they will evolve in time, and they will learn to trust themselves, trust their mind, trust their heart. We see that here also with the Sun card. Right, the Sun card shows that they will learn to trust themselves. They will be very, very much so aligned within themselves and their spirituality. They won't be holding back anymore. They will really want to progress, and this comes with, you know, positivity and openings, and them learning to trust themselves and trust their path. So that is very natural in the way that I see it evolving. So I see that's a really good thing. We also have here the Death card. So the Death card is really showcasing a transformation. A transformation definitely needs to happen in this connection between the two of you in order for things to really be more unblocked, and that is going to happen with time. This person is going to go through a transformation, a very strong, significant spiritual evolution, as we see with this particular card. They're going to learn to trust themselves. They're going to be much more enlightened within themselves, and they're going to learn to just essentially go with the flow and follow their heart. That's what I'm seeing, you know, follow their heart, allow everything to flow. We have here Temperance as well. So Temperance here is showing patience is the virtue. It's also showing the connection between the two of you growing in time. Once they are starting to become much more evolved within themselves, there's growth here, especially with Temperance. Temperance is this beautiful, warm, fuzzy card of things just getting better, things emotionally feeling much more grounded, much more stable, much better, much happier. And also Temperance is just this beautiful fire energy of progress. Right? Progress. That's what we got. And we also have Justice. Justice is ruled by Libra. And the really interesting thing here is that we have 4 major arcanas, and I did not plan this. I didn't. So the way that I actually do these readings is I take the cards, I shuffle them, and then I put them into the piles. So we have here Sagittarius energy, we have Leo energy, we have here Scorpio energy, and Libra energy. Whoa. Talk about what a reading that is, right? But of course it shows a progression, it shows a solution, because Justice is about balance, so things will get balanced. We also see that balance is necessary, right? Following your heart and your mind, that sense of balance. Trust is also very important. That comes through with Libra, the Libra energy of the air energy as well. Trust is also very important, and that is something that, you know, can be built on. We also see here, of course, Justice is also about karma as well, so it's about learning lessons. So this person is really going to learn to listen to their heart, to set their heart free, and to evolve and to really transform, because death is about endings and new beginnings. It's about death and rebirth. It's about transformations and transitions, which I'm seeing here. But also the Justice card here is about finding that solution, making things work, progressing towards it, and justice being served. So that's what I'm seeing. At least there's a beautiful silver lining in this, which shows progression. But I also do feel that it's going to take some time with Temperance, because Temperance indicates time. And it also shows that patience is a virtue. You know, take everything one step at a time. Try not to do everything all at once. Well, this person at least is not going to do everything all at once, but you can always work on yourself as well. And that's why, you know, I'm mentioning both sides, is that you can always work on things that perhaps you feel you need to work on. Feel this person will also work on things that they need to work on. So that is really what I'm seeing in this reading. So group number 3, this is your reading with what's blocking this connection. I really do hope that this has helped you in some way, shape or form. And if you found that this reading resonated with you, let me know in the comment section below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. And also do check out the description box below for the information on private paid readings, the free reading giveaway, bracelets if you're interested in any of that. Everything's down below, including the cards that I used, and I will see you very, very soon. And well, at least I hope that you will check out another video, in which case I will see you very soon. But if not, you know, take care, and in general, take care. I hope you have a lovely day or night wherever you are, whenever you're watching this, and take care of yourself. Bye.